Third-person perspective. The story opens aboard the massive Galactic Council flagship Dominion's Edge, where representatives from 12 alien species gather to observe Earth's military demonstration. Admiral Crix of the Vorthan Empire leads the fire. Assembly. His forearms crossed in obvious disdain as he watches the human vessel approach through the VIEWPORT. Captain Jake Miller pilots Earth's prototype warship Defiance toward the alien fleet. The ship appears crude and boxy compared to the sleek, crystalline vessels of the aliens. Its hull is gray metal with visible welding marks, and exhaust ports that seem primitive next to the aliens. Energy-based propulsion systems. The alien observers point and laugh at the human ship. Commander Thale of the Nexus Federation comments how humans still use chemical rockets and metal armor like ancient civilizations. The Kethran representative, General Voss, jokes that the human ship looks like a flying scrap heap compared to their bioorganic vessels that can regenerate damage. Inside the Defiance, Captain Miller and his crew of 5 humans prepare for the demonstration. Engineer Tom Walsh runs final checks on systems the aliens cannot see or understand. The ship's AI, codenamed ATLAS, provides tactical analysis in a calm voice while the crew maintains professional focus despite knowing they're being mocked. Galactic Council had demanded this demonstration after Earth requested membership. They want to see what humans call their most advanced warship before deciding whether humanity deserves a seat among the civilized species. The aliens expect a pathetic display that will justify rejecting Earth's application. Admiral Crix broadcasts a message to the human ship, his translated words dripping with condescension. He explains that Earth will face a simple test against 3 outdated patrol ships from the Vorthan fleet. The aliens view this as generous, expecting the human vessel to be destroyed within minutes. The human crew exchanges glances, but remains calm. Captain Miller responds with professional courtesy, thanking the Council for the opportunity. His composed demeanor puzzles some aliens, who expected humans to show fear or desperation. As the 3 Vorthan patrol ships move into position, the alien observers settle in to watch what they believe will be a brief, one-sided engagement. The patrol ships are each twice the size of the human vessel, armed with plasma cannons and protected by energy shields that have never been penetrated by primitive kinetic weapons. The demonstration begins with the Vorthan ships opening fire. Brilliant blue plasma bolts streak toward the Defiance, and the aliens lean forward, expecting to see the human ship vaporized instantly. Instead, the human vessel's strange, angular armor deflects the plasma with surprising effectiveness. Captain Miller orders evasive maneuvers, and the Defiance moves with unexpected agility. The aliens frown as they realize the human ship is faster and more maneuverable than it appeared. Engineer Walsh reports that the experimental armor plating is performing beyond expectations, dispersing plasma energy across its specially designed surface. The alien observers grow slightly less amused as the human ship continues to survive the barrage. Some begin to wonder if their initial assessment was too hasty. The Defiance weaves between plasma bolts with precision that suggests advanced targeting computers, though the aliens assume this is merely luck. Admiral Crix orders the patrol ships to increase their attack intensity. The aliens want to end this embarrassing display quickly and return to important matters. They cannot fathom that a species that only recently achieved spaceflight could pose any real challenge to their technology. As the first part concludes, Captain Miller gives his crew a subtle nod. The real demonstration is about to begin. The aliens have seen the Defiance survive their attacks, but they haven't seen what the human ship can do in return. The crew's calm confidence suggests they know something the aliens don't. The Defiance begins to change course, no longer simply dodging, but moving into what appears to be an attack position. The aliens laugh harder, wondering what primitive weapons the humans think they can use against military-grade shielding. Unknown to the aliens, the human ship carries experimental weapons based on principles they've never encountered. The Defiance represents not just human engineering, but human military doctrine. The idea that wars are won not by having the best individual technologies, but by combining existing technologies in ways enemies don't expect. The stage is set for humanity to demonstrate why they've survived countless conflicts on their violent homeworld, and why their approach to warfare might be more effective than the aliens realize. Asterisk. Third-person perspective. The Defiance suddenly stops its evasive maneuvers and turns directly toward the lead Vorthan patrol ship. Captain Miller's voice cuts through the bridge with quiet authority as he orders, "Weapons free. Target the lead ship's shield generator." The alien observers aboard the Dominion's Edge watch with renewed interest as the human vessel's weapon ports open. What emerges defies their expectations. Not energy weapons, but sleek metallic projectiles that streak toward the Vorthan ship at incredible velocity. The Vorthan patrol ship's shields flare as the projectiles impact, but instead of bouncing off harmlessly, the kinetic rounds punch through the energy barrier like it doesn't exist. The alien observers gasp as the lead ship's shield generator explodes in a shower of sparks. "Impossible," Admiral Crix mutters, his forearms tightening with tension. Kinetic weapons cannot penetrate military-grade shields. Aboard the Defiance, Engineer Walsh grins as he monitors the weapon systems. Railguns charging for second volley. He reports, "The human ship's experimental electromagnetic launchers propel tungsten rods at a significant fraction of light speed, creating kinetic impacts that alien shields were never designed to handle." The remaining two Vorthan ships frantically adjust their tactics, rotating their shields to double-layer the protection. Their commanders cannot understand how primitive solid projectiles penetrated their defenses. The aliens' energy-based military doctrine has no countermeasures for pure kinetic force delivered at such velocity. Captain Miller orders a targeting solution on the second ship. The Defiance fires again, and this time the tungsten rods strike the patrol ship's hull directly. The alien vessel's bioorganic armor, designed to regenerate from energy damage, simply shatters under the kinetic impact like glass. The second Vorthan ship begins to list as atmosphere vents from multiple hull breaches. Its crew desperately tries to seal the damage, but their regenerative technology cannot cope with the massive physical trauma inflicted by the human weapons. Voss of the Kethron delegation stands abruptly, his scaled features showing alarm. "This is not possible. Our intelligence reports indicated humans only possessed chemical explosives and metal projectiles." "They still do," Commander Thale responds, his voice tight with growing concern. "But they're using them in ways we never anticipated." The third Vorthan ship attempts to flee, but the Defiance demonstrates another unexpected capability. The human ship's engines flare with sudden intensity, and it accelerates beyond what the aliens believed possible for a vessel of its size. Aboard the human ship, the crew experiences significant G-forces as their experimental inertial dampeners struggle to compensate. Unlike alien vessels that rely on gravity manipulation, the Defiance uses brute force acceleration that pushes both ship and crew to their limits. The fleeing Vorthan ship finds itself overtaken by the pursuing human vessel. Captain Miller orders the final attack, and the Defiance unleashes its full arsenal. Railgun rounds, explosive missiles, and even simple kinetic projectiles overwhelm the alien ship's defenses through sheer volume and variety. The alien observers watch in stunned silence as the third patrol ship's hull buckles under the relentless assault. The vessel's organic components cannot regenerate fast enough to counter the sustained physical damage, and secondary explosions begin to tear the ship apart from within. Within minutes, all three Vorthan patrol ships are either destroyed or crippled beyond repair. The Defiance hovers among the wreckage, its crude-looking hull unmarked except for minor scorch marks from the initial plasma barrage. Admiral Crick stares at the tactical display in disbelief. 3 military vessels, each supposedly superior to the human ship, have been eliminated with embarrassing ease. The alien fleet's sensors show the human vessel still has full ammunition and energy reserves. How? General Voss demands. How did they achieve such destruction with primitive technology? The answer begins to dawn on the more perceptive alien observers. Humans don't just use their technology, they weaponize it in ways that seem impossible to species that follow conventional military doctrine. The Defiance succeeded not through superior individual systems, but through the creative application of basic physics principles that aliens had dismissed as obsolete. Captain Miller's voice crackles over the communication system, addressing the alien fleet with the same professional courtesy as before. Demonstration complete. The Defiance stands ready for the next phase of testing if the Council requires further proof of human capabilities. The alien observers exchange nervous glances. The simple test they had designed to humiliate humanity had instead revealed something far more disturbing. Humans might be more dangerous than anyone in the galaxy had realized. Asterisk. Within an hour, 20 alien ships are either destroyed or crippled beyond repair. The remaining vessels begin to break formation as their commanders realize the magnitude of their tactical error. Admiral Crix watches his fleet's destruction with growing despair. Retreat, he finally orders. All ships withdraw to safe distance, but the human ship doesn't allow retreat. The Defiance pursues fleeing vessels with relentless efficiency, its superior acceleration allowing it to overtake and destroy ships that try to escape. The alien observers realize they have witnessed something unprecedented, a single ship systematically destroying an entire fleet through superior tactics and unconventional weapons. The humans have not just won a battle. They have demonstrated a level of military capability that threatens the galactic order itself. The Defiance continues its assault, proving that sometimes the most primitive approach can be the most effective. Asterisk third-person perspective, the alien. Fleet's retreat quickly becomes a rout as the Defiance systematically hunts down fleeing vessels. Captain Miller's tactical expertise, honed through humanity's countless conflicts, proves superior to the aliens' rigid military doctrine. Target. The command ships first, Miller orders, identifying the alien fleet's hierarchy through their formation patterns. Eliminate their coordination, and the rest will scatter. The human ship's railguns speak again, tungsten rods punching through the Dominion's edge's shields like tissue paper. Admiral Crix's flagship, symbol of galactic authority, begins to burn as its bioorganic systems fail under kinetic assault. Engineer Walsh reports ammunition status with professional calm. 30% remaining, more than enough to finish the job. The alien survivors flee in every direction, their once mighty fleet reduced to scattered debris and dying ships. The Defiance pursues them with methodical precision, ensuring that no vessel escapes to report their defeat. General Voss abandons his crippled ship as life support fails. His escape pod transmits a desperate message to Galactic Council headquarters. The humans are not what we believed. They are a military power beyond our comprehension. The message never reaches its destination. The Defiance intercepts and destroys the escape pod along with all other survivors. Captain Miller cannot allow word of human capabilities to spread before Earth is ready. Clean sweep, Engineer Walsh reports. All alien vessels destroyed or disabled. No survivors detected. The Defiance hovers among the wreckage of what was once a mighty fleet. 50 warships, representing the combined military might of 3 alien empires, reduced to expanding debris clouds and twisted metal. Captain Miller activates the ship's communication system, broadcasting on all frequencies. This is Captain Miller of the Earth vessel Defiance. I regret to inform the Galactic Council that their fleet has been destroyed during the military demonstration they requested. The message reaches alien colonies and outposts throughout the sector. The news spreads like wildfire through galactic communication networks. A single human ship has annihilated an entire fleet. Back on Earth, military commanders receive the Defiance's after-action report with grim satisfaction. The prototype ship has exceeded all expectations, proving that human military doctrine can compete with alien technology. Prepare the fleet, orders Admiral Hayes from Earth Command. If one ship can accomplish this, imagine what our entire Navy can achieve. The alien survivors who witnessed the battle from distant observation posts spread tales of human military capability throughout the galaxy. Species that had dismissed Earth as primitive now view humanity as a potential threat to galactic stability. The Galactic Council convenes emergency sessions to address the human problem. Representatives from dozens of species debate how to respond to this unexpected military power emerging from a backwater world. Some argue for immediate diplomatic contact, hoping to contain human expansion through negotiation. Others advocate for preemptive military action before humanity can build more ships like the Defiance. But fear paralyzes their decision-making. If one human ship can destroy 50 alien vessels, what could humanity's entire fleet accomplish? The aliens realize they face a species that approaches warfare with lethal creativity. The Defiance returns to Earth as a hero ship, its crew decorated for their service to humanity. But Captain Miller knows this is only the beginning of a larger conflict. "They'll come for us eventually," he tells his crew during the journey home. "Today we proved humans can fight. Tomorrow we'll have to prove we can win a war." Engineer Walsh monitors the ship's systems as they approach Earth. "The aliens' technology isn't superior," he observes. "It's just different. They forgot that in space, kinetic energy is still the most effective weapon." The Defiance enters Earth's solar system to find construction yards working at full capacity. Humanity has begun building a fleet based on the prototype's successful design, preparing for the galactic war that now seems inevitable, the alien. Observers who mocked humanity's crude warship have learned a terrible lesson about underestimating an enemy. The galaxy's established powers now face a species that combines primitive weapons with advanced tactics, creating a military force unlike anything they've encountered. As the Defiance docks at Earth's primary space station, Captain Miller reflects on the day's events. Humanity has announced its presence to the galaxy not with words, but with the smoking wreckage of an alien fleet. The aliens laughed at Earth's prototype warship, dismissing it as crude and primitive. Their laughter died with their crews as tungsten rods and explosive missiles proved more effective than their sophisticated energy weapons. The galaxy will never underestimate humanity again. The age of human expansion has begun, and the aliens who survive will learn to respect the species that turned warfare into an art form. The Defiance has proven that sometimes the best technology is the one your enemy doesn't expect. Asterisk.